Hello, this is Friday. This is my 13th day of this class, the first video. I hope that doesn't make this Friday the 13th. Hope not, considering I'm going to go up a ladder here in the next field trip. All right, or the next video, which is going to be a field trip. All right, if you've been taking the course, you have been seeing the videos that I've asked you to see. So you saw the last 30 minutes or so of Shakespearean Love, a perfectly wonderful movie. I hope you watched it all, or I hope you watch it all. That'd be a good one to own. Anyway, at the end of it, it so cleverly works into another play of Shakespeare's called Twelfth Night. Viola, and I would say write this down on page 1.1. Start a new, all the way over to the left, here's a new play. It would be under Romeo and Juliet, I think, or Elizabethan theaters. Twelfth Night, characters to remember. Viola is the main character. She has a twin, Sebastian. She ends up falling in love with Duke Orsino. I won't take the time to tell you this whole plot. It's a good play. I don't think it's ever been done as a wonderful movie. What's her name? Bonham Carter? Is that the actress's name? She was in a version of it that was pretty good, but I don't think really great. Anyway, I would recommend it if you really, at this point, want to know more about Shakespeare or stuff. I would say see the teen movie, She's the Man. She's the Man is a take. It's not exactly a spoof, but it's an adaptation of Twelfth Night with a character named Duke, with Viola. I believe she's got a twin named Sebastian, and they go to a school called Illyrium. That's the name of the land where Viola ends up becoming shipwrecked. All right, I guess that's all I want to say about that. The field trip that's coming in the next video. These are probably going to be pretty short videos. We're going to go upstairs, right above my head. It's not ready. It's not ready to have you see it, but the timing is so perfect because upstairs there, the Shakespearean Troupe's set is constructed. I had told you I'm in the basement of a barn. I intend this farm eventually to become a museum. I'm going to call it the Old Ways Museum. It'll be about 2 years before it's respectable, before it doesn't look like a construction zone. It looks like a construction zone now and has for a very long time. But now that I'm retired, I think given 2 years I can have it being presentable. So even though it's not presentable, I'm going to take you upstairs because I want you to see this set. If you're really curious about this set and the Old Ways Museum, well, online, if you would look up Old Ways Museum, I didn't go to find the link, so you'll have to do a little bit of work. But I think if you use Google, and you Google Old Ways Museum, or add to it possibly the word prospectus, or maybe also add Dutch Corner History Group, I think you would be able to find a prospectus that I wrote. A prospectus is a description of what you intend to do. Well, I wrote that prospectus about 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. I'm not sure. But it still is more or less the same. And there's an image there, if I'm not mistaken, if you find the right one, of the Shakespearean Troupe's set when it was up on a stage and all cleaned up and looking real nice. Why I want to do this, well, let me first tell you a little bit more about the Shakespearean Troupe. When I was teaching public school, I think starting in about 1997, we formed a club, the Shakespearean Troupe we called it. And it was never really supported by the school district. They acknowledged us, so we had their insurance, but it was never financially supported. But in spite of that, over the next about 11 years or so, 10 or 11 years, students and I put on about 25 full Shakespearean productions. These were not teen versions, they were not made easy, they were the real plays. They were cut. Some, so that if there was language that a modern audience wasn't going to understand anyway, well, we cut those lines. But it really, I think, and it was an unbelievable feat that we did that many plays. Some of them were very good. We did Lear, a good job. We did Hamlet, a very good job. We did Romeo and Juliet twice. The first time was a very good job. Yes, we did As You Like It once, I think. We never did Twelfth Night. We did Much Ado About Nothing about 3 times, once very well. And there were two students that by the time they were 12th graders, I think they had been, in the course of their high school years, in something like 11 or 13 Shakespearean plays. So they knew them inside and out. It was really a remarkable achievement. And I'm very proud. You can see I'm proud of what the Shakespearean troupe has done. Now, what its future is, I don't know. The set that you're going to see upstairs actually belongs to them. We've taken it down, taken it apart. I've taken it into the high school in my pickup truck, about 5 loads, a little pickup truck. Put it up on stage, took it down, it's bolted together. For a while, it was in the field, in a pile, uncovered. There's a whole history to it. But it doesn't look too bad out there. It'll clean up real nice, and you're going to see it real soon. Why I built that, there's 2 stories to it, and it looks a lot. Why I want you to see this right now is because you've just seen Shakespeare in Love, and it looks a lot like the Rose Theater, really, the way it's built, the stage part. Why I went to all that bother to build it was because the first time we did Romeo and Juliet, there had to be a balcony scene. And I thought, well, if there's going to be a balcony scene, I guess I should build a balcony. And I certainly didn't want any of my students to fall, the whole thing to fall down and them get hurt. So I built it pretty stoutly, but in such a way that it could be taken apart. So we're going to go up there and take a look at it. I'll talk a little bit as we go. It's very dirty. My apologies, but I really do want you to see this. So I guess that's it for today. Well, not quite. I mean, that's it for this video. And if I forget to say goodbye to you at the end of the next one, Monday is when we'll resume.